closer to God and His Torah.
Yeah.
So we should thank Him because He causes Jews not to want to assimilate.
Yeah.
He causes Jews to want to grab hold of the Torah.
Yeah.
You know, He does good things. So when a Goy calls the Jewish state a terrorist state, you love that one?
Mm-hmm.
Or creates a moral equivalency between Arabs firing rockets on Jewish civilians, which Jewish children who get blown up by the rockets, or when a Jew slanders those of us who keep the Torah with demeaning names such as Orthodox or ultra-Orthodox or extra crispy Orthodox or religious fanatics or zealots, right? Well, we should be happy. Because the meaner our enemies behave, the better things become for us Jews. And we see that from this week's parsha.
Cool. Did we hit Sanhedrin 19b?
You want me to talk about? That's one last thing. It's, it says that Yaakov paras Abraham. That it says in the Talmud that Yaakov redeemed Abraham. So the question is, what do you mean he redeemed Abraham? So the answer of the Talmud says is that there's one thing that Abraham didn't do. He didn't have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
He didn't have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So Yaakov fulfilled that for him by spitting out, like, SUVs full of kids. So that's the answer on that. That's all I got. What else do you got?
Okay, so Rachel is basically insecure. She feels like she can't have kids. She wants to die. She has Jacob inseminate her maid so that she can keep up in the baby race. So there was like an arms race. There was like missile envy. So now we've got baby envy. So Rachel has a low level of differentiation. So you say to me, moral leader, what is differentiation? Well, my children, differentiation is the ability to hold on to yourself whilst in staying in relationship to others. So take Rabbs and me. Rabbs and me have very different ways of looking at the world, looking at Torah, looking at Israel, looking at all sorts of topics. So I never say to Rabbs, oh, Rabbs, you got to keep your comments within these boundaries, or they just make me too anxious and I just can't have that on my show or in my life. No, I want Rabbs to be all he can be and to articulate what he believes in, just as I will articulate what I believe in. So it's easy to go, oh, I'm just going to do what I believe in and then have no concern for relating to other people, because then you just go off on your own. That's not good. The trick is to maintain your own integrity and simultaneously stay in relationship to others. So why is this a trick? Because as you get close to other people, you're constantly facing these challenges to sell out your own integrity, because you want to preserve the friendships, the relationships, the community, the shul, the show, your job, your standing in the community, your status, your income. So you have all these incentives to sell out your integrity so that you can keep up these good things that you've got going. But once you start selling out your integrity, then these good things you've got going, they're going to start crumbling. So you have to be able to maintain your integrity, to know what you believe in, to pursue what you believe, and stay in relationship to the people who are important to you. So that when you feel anxiety that other people don't believe as you do, or other people aren't acting as you do, you can like go off on your own and go, oh, I can't deal with Joe anymore, or I can't deal with my girlfriend anymore. And you can just go off on your own and like kind of go into your cave, or go on a trip. That's kind of a low level of differentiation. A high level of differentiation is when you have anxiety about your relationship, but you don't run away. You simultaneously self-soothe your own anxiety while staying in relationship to the people who are important to you and keep fighting for your own values. So this is all elaborated in this great book. It's called Passionate Marriage by Dr. David Schnock. Find out more about it on passionatemarriage.com. It's probably the most influential book I've read in the past couple of years for however you like. So,
can I just say something?
Yes.
This is a bunch of crap. Can I say why?
Yes.
Everything you just said is crap, and here's why.
Yeah.
It's based on the premise, a false premise, that you compared one of our holy Siddiqim to some average Joe in today's society.
Yeah, well, they were both human.
These people were Siddiqim. Tzaddikim. You know what a tzaddik is?
They had a Vayetzei just like you and I.
Rachel is not insecure. So the whole premise is crap. You made her sound like, you know, some Jewish yenta down the street in our generation.
And the Bengals are knocking at the door. It's a touchdown. The Bengals, can you believe it? They were down 27-7. Now it's soon going to be 27-21. We got 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Temperature outside dropped down to 52 degrees. It's going to be gusty tonight, and we got threats of frost. I'm not ignoring. I totally listened to you.
Okay, what did I say?
You said that Rachel was the female version of a tzaddik.
She's a tzaddikus.
Tzaddikus, and you can't compare Rachel and Yitzhak and Yaakov and Abraham and these great ones from 3,000 years ago to the Yantas around the corner.
Right. So this book that was written by some secular, you know, Meshuggah, right? It might be fine. You can quote that and apply it to people today if you believe in that stuff. I don't believe in psychology. I think it's a bunch of voodoo. I have a psych degree, so I can say that. Okay? I don't have anything to do. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. Okay? And I've been in the offices of 12 different mental health professionals, right? And
none of them were able to help you.
No. And they're just a bunch of fucking con men. You know, it's just like P.T. Barnum, when he wrote that famous thing, like there's a sucker born every moment. Right? He was probably working, you know, behind he was sitting in a couch in a shrink's office. I mean, it's just a fucking thing. The only thing they're good at is they know how to make you addicted to coming to them and keep spending money so that they can, you know, have money coming in. It's a big ripoff, okay? But if you believe in that stuff, that's fine, and that might apply to some yenta. You can like make up all your interpretations in today's society, but that's got nothing to do with Rachel. And I'm offended. I'm grossed out that you made the comparison to Rachel, who's one of our tzaddikas, who you can't say she's insecure. She doesn't have those kind of emotions or you know, ego things, because insecurity comes from ego. She doesn't have that. Everything that she was doing was l'shem shemayim. She wanted to spit out more kids for the sake of heaven, to make sure that these Jews and all these 12 tribes were populated correctly. To go ahead and then ascertain this guy and then apply him to that, it's just grotesque.
Does it offend you?
This takes you to a new level. You said, like, I don't use the JPS, so I'm doing tshuva, and then you bring out your big guns, and you bring out, like, now you're bringing, like, Dr. Sigmund Freud and some other windbag, and you're going to, like, try to analyze our great, you know, Avos and all these tzaddikim. You know, next you can be doing, like, psychology on Rabbi Akiva, and I think he was a little bit of
OCD.
I think he was OCD, but I think he was a little bit schizoid. And this one had like an insecurity in this thing. I think that like Moshe had a whole like mommy thing going on, you know. And you know what? You know what I think, and I have proof on this because Dr. Carl Jung talks about this in one of his books, and I think that Joshua had a small penis complex. There, I said it. You know. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, you can't apply this crap to tzaddikim. Keep it out of here. Okay, keep your psychology book in the bathroom and keep your holy books here, if you have any, with all this mumbo jumbo.
Hey, I think we've got a highlight for Rabbs highlight reel from the
you like
Torah
that?
Talk where he pulls out like the best 90 seconds from the whole.
I'll have to look at it tomorrow morning. This might be there.
I think we finally got it.
I guess the madder I get, the better the highlight.
Yes,
you know,
definitely.
When I get pissed, because
Yeah.
this was like a new low. Because you know you've been low before. You're like, according to Rabbi Milgram, according to Rabbi Jacob, you know, Jonathan. Sometimes they don't even have Jewish names. These people like Mark
Sean.
Shapiro, Mark. You know, where does the name Mark come from? It comes from like the New Testament. You have to ask yourself, what rabbi, what authority in Judaism would want to go by a name that's not a Jewish name? It's worse than that. It's something that's found in the New Testament. What the fuck is that about? So why would you want to listen to somebody like that? You changed your name from Luke to Levi, right? right? You used to be Luke.